Welcome. So, I didn't get around to doing my live stream yesterday about telling you about that dream, about that famous place in Nevada that I was facing a medical problem. I was vomiting, and yeah, I'm really fearful as to what's going on. Was I being under attack by men in black? I'm still afraid to check out that back, but I have to. I'm the guard right now. Okay. Alright, what I'm looking out for is any evidence of a human intruder or bipedal intruder. Because I heard a commotion when I was at the bathroom. Okay. Seems like that's clear. Okay, well, before I do anything else, yeah, let me bring you up to speed about that dream. So, excuse me. In my dream, I was traveling with my parents to the state of Nevada. Now, what we were doing there, I have no idea, like the original purpose of the trip, but when we reached the town of Rachel, Nevada, that is correct. Excuse me. Rachel, Nevada. Me and my dad both knew right away what that meant. And we just took a democratic vote and decided to go to Area 51. We went to the extraterrestrial highway. So I think that's Highway 375. And what happened there is a complete mystery to me. Because as we were approaching Area 51, my parents in their vehicle were still on the public land. But as you can see, or, well, you wouldn't really be able to see that, but from what I experienced in my dream, for some reason, I separated myself from my physical body. So I guess I took myself up as a spirit or something. And I had a camera. And I was taking photographs. Photographs like you wouldn't believe. And I was right past the public border. I entered the restricted borders. I guess I didn't set off any alarms. I didn't set off anything because there was no signs of the white trucks anywhere. Anywhere. Like, I just kept taking photographs, and I don't really recall visually what I took photos of. That is a mystery to me. But whatever it was, it must have been extremely fascinating. I mean, there could have been Yeah, that was just the sound of my cat vocalizing. Anyways, um, yeah, it could have been signs of there could have been fucking extraterrestrial spacecraft. There could have been fucking alien research labs like right out in the open. I have no idea. So, anyways, um, next thing I remember from that dream, um, I was just back in my own body and going through all these photographs with my parents, and we were planning a trip to go back home, and I felt stupid because even though I heard a siren, a police siren, um, going by, and that siren was not meant for us. It was not meant for me at all. It must have been like a domestic disturbance or something. Anyways, fucking, it was really strange because there was one thing I did not have photographs about, and that was the Camel Dude trucks. Not even one single truck made its way into the photographs. And I panicked. I mean, I was like, oh my god, how am I gonna sell this? Or how am I gonna sell like a public friendly version of this set of photographs if I ain't gonna have any photos of those white trucks, or even at least one of those white trucks at Area 51. And I voiced that panic out loud, and my mom was disappointed in me, but I figured, oh my god, all that photo taking, and it just fucking got screwed. So, anyways, my dad decided to, we'll go back. We'll go back to Area 51 just so we can get a photograph of those white trucks. We still had time before the flight. So that really didn't matter to my dad. He wanted to see me happy with a complete photo set that I could comfortably sell to the public. So, what happened next is like conclusionary of the dream here. The next thing that happened in my dream is one of the most bizarre things I've ever experienced in my life. I smelt this putrid odor. As soon as I stepped out of the vehicle, I smelt this really, really reeking odor. It smelled like that, really. I don't know what that smells like, but it must have been really similar to what I smelt in this dream. And anyways, so as I looked up to see where that smell could have been coming from, instead of seeing a white truck, trying to creep you out into not crossing those borders, instead of that, I saw a dead bison on top of a cliff. And then I woke up. And, I'm just baffled as to what that could fucking mean. That entire dream. I'm just flabbergasted, I think. I mean, am I overlooking into this? I think that for some reason, my sickness was either caused by extreme nerves, or maybe there was Men in Black somehow that was able to stopped me from divulging this dream yesterday by somehow controlling my body and making it sick as you can imagine. Like, even just long enough to just stop me from divulging it, like, throughout the duration of the night. It's fucking stupid. I have no idea what the hell that dream is all about. Hopefully we'll find out someday. And yeah. So if you have your own 2 cents about what that dream could have meant, I am really interested in knowing. Sorry about that. So yeah, just so you know, if you need some contact information, you can send me a note, a private note, to me on DeviantArt, and I am SonamyFan362 on DeviantArt. So SonamyFan 362 on DeviantArt. I'll post a link to my DeviantArt profile in the description, and you can just send me a note. Just for the sake of clarity, can I request, however, that you just put in the subject line about your dream ... That's all I need. And the first letter, can you please capitalize it? That's all I request. It's just so I know precisely the nature of this note, because I tend to wonder about that. At any rate, so as I was divulging about this dream this morning, there was no signs at all of any men in black. I mean, I was looking out for them, and there's no signs of any guys dressed in black suits. Like, think of the look of Agent Smith from The Matrix there. Maybe not, because that's a little bit, well, somewhat like that, but yeah, a little bit more formal. That's how those guys dress. And yeah, no, I never seen anyone. I never seen any creatures nearby. I don't know if that's a good sign or a bad sign. Because they seem to have this uncanny ability to just like stop people. True intimidation attempts. They don't want you to divulge anything about aliens or UFOs. They don't. It's like as soon as you start doing alien research, it's like they eventually catch up to you, and they say, "Oh, sorry, but you're not supposed to continue this. We want you to stop." Stuff like that. Sometimes they don't even physically visit you. Sometimes they phone call you. I have no idea why. There must be something really sinister behind those sightings, those experiences. But for the time being, those men in black, they have not been spotted at all. Maybe throughout the day I'll be doing another live stream just to demonstrate whether or not there was any signs of men in black. Excuse me. Now for the ultimate test, I have a small glass of milk. And that may seem a little bit What the fuck? Look at those lights just turned on. I am fucking creeped out. Is this an intruder? Where's my air horn? Those are motion sensor lights, people. Literally, just as I'm reaching out for a glass to drink some milk, these lights just fucking turned on. Okay, this is creepy as shit. Keep an eye out. Keep an ear out too. This is my equipment right here. Fox 40 air horn. Rechargeable. Yes, I know, I go the economic route. Boo hoo. If you're not one of those people that saves on economy and nature. This is 120 decibels, so I won't abuse it. But that's just creepy as hell. As soon as I step away from my dad's office just to get a glass of milk, those lights just set off. This is creepy. Expect to hear some disturbing sounds, people, because I got a bad feeling about that. Okay. Okay. I just shat myself, but I'm not puking. This is not for attention, by the way. This is just for a real live stream. Let me know. Will you help me investigate that mysterious light? That mysterious turning on of those lights? 'Cause that's motion sensor. That's just creepy as hell. Seems to me that those men in black, they do it on purpose to be seen. But again, I've got that air horn. I mean, you can set that thing off like 50 some times. before I can recharge it. And all you need is an air compressor and fill that sucker up. I mean, this is just nuts. I'm gonna have to ask my parents about that. As soon as they call, I will come forward to them about that light. Because that's just ridiculous. I mean, the situation is making me so nervous I shat myself. Okay, so good news. I'm not sick anymore. I would have been, I would have been puking right now. I noticed as soon as I have the flu and I drink milk, immediately, right off the bat, I like go to the toilet and fucking puke. No, not this time. So I'm most likely, definitely. Sure. So I have to change into clean underwear. And believe me, I don't think you want to see what my underwear looks like on the inside. Okay? That's for my eyes only. Okay. Fuck. That was creepy as shit face. Oh my god. I literally have no idea what the fuck that was. Could have been a small animal, but I doubt it. I don't think small animals have the ability to set up those motion alarms. That's just creepy as shit, man. Literally, like, you go and you talk about this dream about Area 51, then you go and you get a fucking drink of milk, and these lights set off. You know? It's just nuts. Like, right now it's... Sorry, that blue light, that's... this thing. That thing is just speakers. Anyways, I'll call police if I see Men in Black. And by then I'll literally have to stop my live stream because that is real unsettling. Oh, just so you know, this is not scripted at all. This is definitely not fake. Anyone trying to say that this is fucking fake, comments will be removed and their asses will be blocked because that's just offensive. Offensive because, you know what, unless you experience it firsthand, and unless that, you know what the fuck you're talking about, don't ever call it fake. Because I went through so much puking last night, to the point where I had to drink a glass of milk, and I shat myself. And remember, my first attempt was at the point where those lights were set off, so I got a feeling that I have reason to be concerned. Okay, so let's just change the tone of this live stream, though. Like I said, I am SonAmyFan362 on DeviantArt. And what that means is, well, I'm someone that's on DeviantArt. And, I'll just point out which gallery, I fucking, excuse me, which gallery I, need feedback on. What the fuck was that? Holy shit, that was weird. Okay. Note to self: don't do live streams and the speakers on. At full blast, anyway. I'll try to do no live streaming having the speakers on. That was just creepy. Okay. Oops. Forgot to add the gallery to the URL. Man, I hate setting up my own traffic trackers. Now I got a false reading. Okay. Just gonna. Okay. There we go. This gallery right here. Yeah, just so I can prove that I lose my identity. Sunday Mechanic 262. Okay, so yeah, this gallery right here, admin stories. That I will post a link to the description as well. And yeah, if you feel like adding critique, just feel free to do so. And yeah, I don't get too much critique at all. So, yeah, any critique at all is appreciated. Okay, live streaming.
So yeah, my apologies for any profanities. There was quite some creepy stuff going on. Alright. I discuss about my dream of Area 51. And I get creeped out by motion sensing lights just as I go to take a drink of milk. Okay, so I don't know if there's a vehicle coming. A lot of the time there's like traffic, but they don't really pass by all this early in the morning, so yeah. I'm hearing something from outside, so that's why I'm pointing my phone over there. Yeah, I'm definitely expecting a man in black to come. Hmm. Okay. It's gonna be another test. I'm gonna drink another sip of milk. But this time there's hopefully gonna be a reasonable explanation as to why that's happening. So I'm putting my camera there for now. And if you can spot anything, just let me know. Because this is creepy. Be right back. Okay, this time the lights didn't set off. Okay, well, I'll be keeping an eye out for creepy shit like that. But yeah, if ever you feel like you want to help me cope with what I went through, excuse me, yeah, please go through the stories on the second link. That's the Brandon stories, and that's like one of my favorite pairings of all time. So yeah. In the meantime, guess you can see my morning routine. Woohoo! For some reason, last little bit of time it's just been really creepy. Really fucking creepy. Like, I don't know if I should believe in aliens. I don't know if I should believe in... What now? Okay. New pair of underwear. Okay. Most of the shit went in there instead. PJ. How nice. Thanks, Men in Black. Not thinking you at all, really, you stupid fucks. Stupid Men in Black. Those guys are known to be creepy. Like, they show extreme knowledge about you. Like, whatever you do, they know. It's like, they will know if I worked at one store or another, or if I enjoyed a certain interaction, even though I didn't reach out. To anyone. Stuff like that. They have
really in-depth knowledge. That's why I'm creeped out by them. That's why I'm really nervous about divulging about that dream, but I already did, so. This time I've got those men in black. Yeah, so just now there, I'm just slipping into my store grunt shirt, even though I'm not working as a store grunt. Yeah, that used to be one of my jobs. I'll show you which store it was, and the reasoning why I let the uniform go to ruin, kinda. Fucking, that experience was mental. Took such a toll on me, I swear it's not even funny. Okay. This guy. If you're familiar with this. And reason I wasn't all that happy about that job was, first up, management. I knew right off the bat they were not gonna be all that fair to me. Like they passed off this job as a fucking thing of oh, you're gonna be doing technology work. You're gonna be selling technology. You're gonna be selling laptops. You're gonna be selling computers. It's like, yeah, okay, sounds great. Ish. Say for a couple things. First up, I live really far from that store. Okay, it's like so far I needed to take 2 buses a day just to get 2 there, and then another 2 to get back here. And timing was just really, really nasty. Like, if I fucked up getting out of the bus, the first one in the morning, I would have to wait another 15 minutes before the next one. And that would make me late right off the bat. So that was an issue. Second of all, getting physically to that place was another challenge. If you thought buses were bad, like the bus situation was bad, oh man, it was mental to even go through what I had to go through. I literally had to jaywalk at least twice a day. Once to get over there, once to get back to the other side. Because sometimes I would take the long route, and that annoyed the hell of the drivers. I'm thinking, well, why should they give a fuck? Anyways, and when I'd get to the store, after a while, I was assigned this one daily mission, to put away recycled ink and toner cartridges. It was for a cause of like for schools and whatnot. And I thought that was pretty cool. That was pretty nice of them to be doing that. But I just thought to myself, like, why do they need me to do that? Like, why don't they ask someone that's a little bit more experienced? Not that I minded that. I was just kind of curious about that, but that still involved technology to some degree. I mean, ink cartridges, that's for printers, so that was consistent. But then, after a while, things went downhill. Instead of things looking up for me over there, it didn't look quite all that bright. For starters, the management always gave me tasks that weren't really all that technology centered, like fucking, I don't know what, like putting away stock that's nowhere near technology related. Like a whole bunch of different products like paper clips, sheet protectors, um, and that's kind of a bit of a stretch. And that was weird enough. And I was really offended when um, they brought in a new guy into this program called Easy Tech. No, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the guy getting that job, but really, geez, it's like they never told me about that. They kept on putting me into weirder and weirder stuff, like stacking up papers, loading up paper stacks from one side of an aisle to the next, and my back was hurting every time I did that. I mean, try carrying 40 pounds worth of paper when you have a bad back. It's no walk in the park, believe me. And speaking of that, I here's what I would do. So let's say that this is the side of the aisle where I needed to get the paper from, and this is the side of the aisle where I needed to load the paper too. So it's basically a straight line. Well, there was a small ass gap that was like just wide enough for someone to either walk by there or to wheel a cart there, like to if they ever wanted to switch sides. So I decided to use that to my advantage. Uh, so I would grab one of those boxes that held all those paper stacks, and I would put that in a cart that I would wheel in. And whenever this job coach, or should I say job bully, would fucking see that, instead of encouraging me and my ingenuity of shortening the distance between point A and point B, aka making sure that, or bringing all those papers, like, to the same side of the aisle, same aisle, um, like where I was expected to put all these paper stacks. No, instead of doing that, instead of praising me, she criticized me very, very harshly. Both times. And the second time, I'll especially not forget. She, she was like really, really screwy with her words. She was like telling me that my coworkers were all like moving on to different tasks while I was doing this. It's like, yeah, right. My thoughts were quite the opposite. That as long as I was just breaking my back, walking slow, and hardly having any have a good time doing that, that was the thing that felt slow. So, anyways, that's why I did that. Anyways, so I caught on that she was being condescending, and I was trying to vocalize that she was being condescending, but I had a hard time verbalizing that very word. So instead, I said, like, I started to rephrase myself, and I said, I think you're looking down on my approach. And then she just flat out happily said, very good. Oh, what a way to insult someone. Seriously, if it was legal for me to punch her in the face, I would have. If that would have, if that would have been legal grounds for me to punch her, I would have. But I didn't because I didn't want to get any assault charges. But like that, it just felt that bad. And that was my last day working with that evil job coach. And she was that evil. What else can I say? Ooh, there's my LA girl. Yeah, what else can I say? Yeah, a lot of the time though, it's like, hi, hi, Ellie. And look who just dropped in. My Ellie girl. She is my confident cat. Yeah. 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 Oh, you like those massages. Yeah. And your ear massage. You like that. Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. That feels so good. Eh? Yeah. Kissy, kissy, good girl. I love you, Ellie. Yeah. But yeah, at any rate, yeah, the job was really stupid. Like, a lot of the time the management would ask me for favors, namely transporting a lot of this heavy shit, like paper stacks, notebooks. And I don't mean computer notebooks, I mean like literal paper notebooks for schools. Not that I mind having done that, but it's just the weight is so bad because it's hard on my back. I was sometimes expected to carry boxes to carts for customers, and I found that just really awkward. And yeah, and then what else? Yeah, the management was really ungrateful. It's like, even though they said thank you, it's like, yeah, I don't think they ever really wanted to repay me back for those favors. Because later on, like, well, later on, being even before the last day of my working there with my job bully, she was still around, right? So yeah, she was still in the picture. Anyways, yeah. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, they hired a new person in technology sales. That's the department I was in. And I was already informed that there was like a limited ass budget for the management. Like, for some reason they could only afford to give me like 20 hours a week, which I didn't mind at the time because I didn't really like the prospect of working in a store. Anyways, so part-time work, that's where I stood. Yeah, minimum wage at the time was $11 an hour. So yeah, do the math. I wasn't making much money. $440 a week or two. Hang on a sec. I'm just gonna pull out a calculator because I worked really screwy hours. Okay, let's do a breakdown. 440 divided by 11. Okay, so that's 40. So, okay, so that's 2 weeks. 2 weeks worth of pay. Yeah, divided by 5. So, roughly like. Oh, wait, that's still like on a 2 week. I worked 4 hours a day. Okay, so $44 a day. Now let's see. I work 7 days a day. I mean, 8 hours a day at my new job. Right off the bat, I make more money than at that store, because the new place I work at is a charity organization, right? It's not profit. Anyways, now remember, the figure I just looked at is for like 1 day, and it's really high. Anyways, so we'll multiply that by 5 and by 2. Wow. And let's multiply that by 12. Maybe not. Okay, 26. Okay, that's a little bit more reasonable. Okay. So yeah. My job there at that store, that stupid store, yeah, it was pretty miserable. Because one time I made a mistake in front of a supervisor, and he was in charge of furniture, not computers. Anyways, and he sees me opening the plastic on a product. Like, it was 3 toner cartridges all wrapped up into this plastic wrap, right? And you see me opening it there, and he just bolts from the store. I mean, he's charging at me like a wild ass bull. And he's just pissed. He's really not happy. He's like, "What are you doing?" He's like that pissed off, okay? And he's telling me like that I was the one doing this before and all that. And I just calmly told him, "Yeah, you know what, I'm sorry, I didn't know this was like this. I thought this was 3 separate products, and I thought they were conveniently wrapped, in a plastic wrap, and I don't recall doing this a repeat time. This is the first time I'd done this." Then at that point he's like, he almost muffled himself so much. He's like, "Oh." And my job coach was like a couple dozen feet away. She didn't even hear that. She didn't even come to my rescue. Like, how supportive is that? You know, your job coach is like fucking browsing your store that you're working at, and there's a situation where you get charged at by a fucking supervisor who's acting like a wild ass bull, spewing ridiculous accusations at you, and for some reason she doesn't react. The job coach just doesn't react at all. And yeah. Then it's like I tell her about it. She was like, well, why didn't you tell me anything? Why didn't you come and get me? It's like, fuck. Lady, wake up. You didn't hear the fucking commotion? Good lord. This guy was talking much louder than me. And by the way, about that job coach, she was an egg. A lot. For example, she kept on harassing me about my stupid walking speed. It's like, who gives a shit if I have to take like 5 minutes to go from one side of an aisle to another? If that helps me learn where the products are, then that's what I need to do. But no, apparently she needs me to imitate Sonic. She's always been on my case about walking fast or smiling, walking with a sense of purpose. And just so you know, that job was like years ago, okay? Anyways, yeah, that was 2004, 2000, sorry, not 2004, sorry. At that age, I was 14. 2014, 2015, I think. Anyways, I don't know, March 16th, 26th, something like that. Stupid things like that there. Anyways, yeah, the job coach, she was really not happy being there with me. She kept calling me herself my biggest fan. Yeah, right. Biggest fans don't friggin' nag people to walk faster. Okay? Biggest fans, what they need to do is here. Oh, wait a second. This person needs to learn where the products are. Therefore, maybe instead of nagging about speed, what we need to do is find a way to give that guidance to, you know, just to point out, okay, this is where the sheet protectors are. This is where, you know, these items are. And so on. No, there was never any of that going on. Training methods sucked. I mean, literally, I had to friggin' ask to be trained in something. Like, a lot of the time, they asked me if I knew how to do a specific task. And it was a task I was never even taught in doing. It's like, sorry, but I don't know what you're talking about. I have never received training in this. And it's like, oh, okay. Then they show me. Like, okay. That's how it's done. Okay, that's good. Anyways. Yeah, that was fucking stupid. Really, really stupid. The customer service part was not all that bad, in my opinion. Like, I would sometimes get it into a case where I did have to help people find their technology related product, and in those times I was happy. Okay, because I was actually doing what I needed to do. But that was like less than 1% of the time I feel, because it's like the rest of the time I was just being sent out on a wild goose chase. And yeah, the general manager, on the last day there, he tells me I didn't make the cut. Which hurt, and which kind of did hurt, because then that meant I was out of a job. But it made me smile as well because then it's like, you know what? Sucks to be them because they just lost an employee that, you know what? That if conditions for working would have been far more optimal, I could have still been there right now. But no. Remember that guy, by the way, that was hired for that Easy Tech job? He's still looking for a job. So yeah, all in all, I think I've got reason to let this uniform go to waste. And I'll show you where it's ruined. So this is something now that I wear around the house. Let me see. Where is that spot when I need to see it? Ah, there it is. Right there, that's paint. Okay, enough of that. So now, anyways, so let me tell you about my previous job, the one I just concluded, and how different that was from Staples. The order that was Staples. Okay, so at this job, I was working for a not-for-profit organization, and it was a very nice place. Very nice place. The people were nice. The tasks were really nice to do. Um, if there's a complaint about the job, the only one I can think of is um, that I didn't have it permanent. Because the wage was pretty decent. And, um, yeah, I think that's about the only complaint about that job. However, yeah, the funding was very limited. Um, but otherwise, yeah, I think my employer would have kept me. Because he kept saying that, you know, I had a great work ethic, I had this great energy with me. And, yeah, one time he even said that his desk might be mine someday. He gave me that nice compliment on the day that um, I was fixing up this little label printer. And I found that device to be pretty cool. I mean, you just type in your information that you want to print out into this label, and it just spits out a label. And yeah, it took me a little bit of time to figure it out, but once I did, it's like, okay, then I showed him that, you know, that I got it working. And so then he was so happy with that he decided to make it his own little keyboard shortcut, and he showed it to me. And then he's like, okay, now this is how I'm gonna do it whenever I need to do it. Then he would just input whatever he needed to, and yeah, could have been like a mailing label, could have been a label for something else like a computer. So yeah, at this job that I got, the one that I just concluded, my primary purpose was computer trainer. So I was in charge of training people for various tasks on the computer. And whenever I did train, it was on a one-on-one basis. It was really nice. Um, but it's not to say that that job didn't come with any drama, because there was drama. Like, there was this gentleman who wasn't really a gentleman. He was more of an intruder, and he was pretty aggressive towards us, especially the receptionist, who's also the volunteer coordinator. And yeah, the first occurrence was just like a weird thing that we just brushed off, and so then eventually he came back, and um, he really creeped out the receptionist this time. So then the receptionist came up to me and my one of my fellow coworkers, one of the interns, and um, we decided to check out the footage, the camera footage, and um, basically, basically, it was impossible to ID the guy, for me anyway, and for the intern, even for the 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 receptionist. It was impossible to ID this guy. So what happened was, the next day, the same guy came, but that was his downfall, kinda. Um, because he did his thing as usual, but this time I managed to catch a glimpse of the intruder, and I was like, "Is that the guy?" And my fellow intern, the one that was right beside me, um, he just bolted for the guy. He was telling the guy off. He was saying, like, you know, that guy was no longer allowed to come back, and that if that guy came back ever, that police would be called. Um, that even made us um, bring up this little sign that said not to be violent or threatening to staff, and that if that rule was broken, that police action might be taken. So yeah, just so you know, yeah, that's what happened with that. I haven't seen that guy ever since. I haven't seen that guy ever since. So yeah. What else? What else? And this job there, the one I'm talking about right now, yeah, it's for not for profit organization. That one is a lot better than the Staples job. And okay, let's see. Um, yeah, the people over there were very friendly. I mean, I had students who were so friendly, like you could tell you could get along really well with them. You could really tell. And sometimes, you know, they would invite you to do stuff, but some of the stuff they would invite you to do wouldn't be all that appropriate or appropriately worded. Like this one guy, he tried to come off as a student, but he was more of a just passerby guy. I never really tried to learn stuff. He just said that he was going to try to learn, but he never did. Anyways, um, and I'm not really all that comfortable saying what he said, but I think I will anyway. He said he was inviting me to grab some tits and rub in some ass, and I was like, okay, that's really weird. Why would someone use that kind of dialect in a public space? And I just told him, you know what, sir, I appreciate the offer, but that's just I don't think that's suitable for me at this point because I've got stuff to do. And then he's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm just joking. It's like, yeah, maybe. And I'm thinking at that time there, I'm like, yeah, maybe you shouldn't have said it that way then. Maybe not even have mentioned that type of activity at all. Like, if someone was to joke about an activity that they're inviting you to do, they should never, they should never make it about something sexual. Okay? Sexual stuff to do is never anything to joke about. Because that's really powerful stuff. Okay? And just for the record, I am straight. But again, like, yeah. What was that? Okay, so anyways, yeah, I am straight. Um, there we go. But yeah, all in all, though, interactions in general, though, were far more appropriate than that. I mean, stuff like that was really, really rare. Um, but yeah, um, yeah. Anyways, now for my new job, that's pretty exciting. I mean, didn't expect to have a nice high wage, but apparently I am getting a nice high wage. And it's not just like entry level, it's coordinator. Data and IT coordinator, and that's pretty cool. Okay, I guess I got diarrhea. But that's much better than puking all the time. Anyways, um, I almost feel like weighing myself because I think I might have lost a few pounds just from yesterday alone. Holy Jesus. Anyway, um, so Monday, or no, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm going to do some shopping for not personal, but like I said, it's personal equipment over there for my work, for my workplace. They said they wanted me to get the best top of the line stuff and right hiccups. Anyways, and yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty cool. So right now the job I've got is the highest paying one I've got so far. And the one that I had concluded just before this one, like before starting this one, that is the second highest paying job, so my prospects are just increasing. And that's a good thing, I guess, because I want to buy this house, and I need every cent I can gain just to fucking purchase this beautiful house, because I don't want to live in an apartment. No way do I want to live in an apartment building, because that's just, yeah, I hear that there's not too much joy in living in those things. Like having to hear a landlord keep on shouting, "Rent! Rent! Rent! Rent!" Like, fuck off. Yeah. Don't wanna fucking pay rent for an apartment building where I'm gonna be spending very minimal time around anyways. So yeah. When I'm in this house, for example, though, when I'm in the house, sorry. When I'm in the house, though, it's a lot more relaxed, I think, than in any apartment, because there's more privacy. Yeah, privacy is really cool because it's like, you know, you can watch stuff on stereo as loud as you want, or do whatever you like, basically, like playing with your pets as naturally as you want. In an apartment building, you can't really do that because like there's people that live next to you and all that, and it's like, ugh. Anyways. Okay, so let's talk about employment. Anyways, yeah, let's not talk about employment and troubles. Now I want to hear about, well, what you guys want to talk about. And you can reference this live stream, any part of live stream that you see fit in my notes, in your notes there for my DVR account. So, yeah, that's probably going to be the conclusion to this live stream for now. But as the day goes on, though, I will be updating you on whether or not I've seen any unusual activity like a man in black or any unusual vehicle. Might even actually physically investigate that if there's any unusual vehicle sightings. And yeah, you never know. You might see some gentleman in a black suit telling me to abandon my research on UFOs. Okay, well, talk to you later, folks. Have a good one.